Time to go. Time to go.
Huh? Let Paimon see! The underwater... My recent attack thus didn't... So while the fourth journalist Charlotte... Huh. Charlotte took... She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything. Ugh, seriously?
So these are the kind of headlines they're going for these days. Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only six. It was so delicious the last...
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after... Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too?
Wait,
That's right.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Then what if so...
But why would it...
Well...
Oh, the No, it's...
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have... These 2 slices are for you.
Oh, you know Citru?
I sure do. She said that I've got something else to do, so...
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. Paimon... It's more delicious than last time! And the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious...
Art.
Oh! We're near the Seabird office! Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve!
Oh, you needn't. It's all right, though. I've set aside the...
Really?
You're...
Oh, Paimon!
Still, what brings you here all of a...
A friend of ours met you.
Ah, so you know Miss Mo... So she mentioned...
She said that you're...
Nice.
Huh?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was...
Yeah, are we...
Why not? If I say...
Oh.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! Ooh, so much...
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If...
Huh, that's... If you're serious, from what I've seen, so in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping. Just think about it. If this nation... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that... I'm not a dreamer, but anyway...
That's... so... Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't fun, no, but we've always been moving to the next. You mean, still? Huh.
Feels like he'll grow mold, but it's still better.
Ah, so the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais.
Yes, I'm Isadora. Not at all. Yes.
A riot?
Well, that Lady Farina loudly accused, and before she could the crowd continued to.
So people have.
I agree.
So what happened after that?
Seeing that the Marisha say.
So you.
That's right. That said, I don't think they're good.
Don't worry. This.
Ah, is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know for and as we when Nervalet was it would be hard for Paimon thinks for Well, what do you in that case there's not This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. That's Farina, right? Mm-hmm.
What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina.
They even... Oh, and I'm sure Nivel...
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are...
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot.
What?
Hurry, they're almost...
Fine. I suppose, hey... mean I'm new.
Yep,
What's happening?
yeah.
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about...
Yeah, but the people have pushed. It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informant. I've tried all, but oh my, we cannot make an enemy of the give up, indeed. Fate. But just now, it all, as long as the, don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any. Come on! Cher, that's impossible. A witness. And if to...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my now without...
Do not forget, however, that...
May I interpret these words? As your in that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your...
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your...
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is going on?
Wow.
Lady Farina.
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear,
Looking for
I raised my hands just... I'm sorry. You are not... But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of... This time. Applaud and reach... Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine! The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalo...
Woohoo!
Oh, now we're... Why does it feel like Farina just... Also, even though she's still
All right, then. Who will be my opponent?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak. Also, please allow just how much...
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks.
Navia,
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into playing the people's resentment. Moreover, according...
So you...
And their goal was to force...
That's right. That house was a magic box.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epic Club, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson was an arc. My thanks, Farina. Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the... We had to select a location, construct the
So, in other words...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster.
Then, You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon—
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you.
Thank you.
As for you, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor. Oh? It's fine. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to This is a
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she— Oh, let Paimon see. Oh, what? So in other words, we can refer— Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the Opera House. That's... You defeated the... A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something. The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed. According to Monsieur Neuvillette, both child and that witch— I nearly lost my— The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be true.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Just fast forward. Of course. It is only now.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for—
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be— There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine—
Yeah,
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon. See? Even if you wish.
An argument?
Well, and if I...
That does... First of all, you made...
Who gave you that?
A curse. But in light of this...
You sensed it too, huh, Neuvillette?
Lady Farina? Well...
Well, don't start. Besides...
That doesn't sound... You tried...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder, while the court... You will prove yourself... That was no trick.
So, you neither knew why instead of having...
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that I did not... But the oratories handed... You can't...
She's still throwing out all kinds...
My pal...
If that poses a...
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or...
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archon... Thus did I...
Isn't that?
Yeah, no...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone! I'm still the... Please?
If what the prosecutors...
Did she deceive all...
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, if you have no...
Wow. That doesn't sound right.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can—
Miss Navia.
Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. So, if we are to believe, but if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I do hope you'll act prudently.
Navia from the—
If Lady Farina...
Lady Farina.
Well, of course, yet
she's just...
What's going on?
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you may...
Hey!
I'm fine! Look! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now?
Miss Siegewien? If you're present, Miss Siegewien, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siege? Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewien.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was... She was
Thank you, Miss Siegewien.
Oh, wait. What?
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we don't want...
Yeah, so it's a great...
Listen to me! Listen to me, everyone! Think about it! Also... Please! Everyone! Anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your...
I don't think anything...
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her to just two-stepped against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilt.
Isn't that correct, then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty. To be punished via the death sentence.
Ugh. That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death...
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the serious...
This outcome is indeed quite strict. Is this sentence...
Yeah! Even Vache...
Indeed. Not only is Farina... But now, the Oratrice...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! Oh, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. But has the trial all...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow... Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the...
Huh? So what do you see?
I believe I've now made...
Huh? So when you...
In truth, however, I'm uncertain as...
Okay, let's... The first stone slate, does that mean that... The second stone slate, this must be the point where... The third slate shows that... Huh. Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy. We didn't believe that such a creep... That doesn't sound... That doesn't...
Perhaps what it... And the... It's not a... When the... The prophecy from the stone slates back the fort. If we... We know from the cave and...
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea, but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater. The Hydro Archon was so... Navia fell into the water. The eruption of the primordial sea... The prophecy's contents can all be verified. Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
We're...
All Fontanian, the evidence for... Oh, and according...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the... That could also...
The Hydro Archon's true...
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the
Yeah, isn't... So wouldn't it be trying to show the... In the end, did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. However, while you were able to decode all the information when we were at the ruin, now that the slate collection is complete... I believe I should share this truth not only with your hypotheses. In the Fontaine of Old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the However, not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her. She poured... But if Fontaine... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the...
That's way too much information. Wait, but if that's the truth...
This really...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding a key point of the... They have not... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro. You may also recall, therefore, that the people of Fontaine... Yes.
I think I'm in truth...
What should we do?
Huh.
If that's the case...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small... About the fourth slate. However, as for the root cause of the catastrophe... This eruption was just a small...
That doesn't sound...
both dream.
If we're talking about it...
The truth, the original...
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it is chosen to... That whale, it has been greed, and once it has...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created...
Precisely. Therefore, when it left the Primordial Sea...
We just...
That is correct. From the way he looked, he must have been
That battle maniac. Anyway...
It is too late. It had already... Even if the entire...
We've already done... We've come...
Indeed.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Just as... Ultimate...
What's happening with the Oratrice?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina!
No, I still need answers!
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing.
You are not Farina. Who are...
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous.
Focalor. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. The heavenly principle.
Deceiving the heavenly prince?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, she knew full well that and as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly... So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible... I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. I had to outwit the... I'm a genius, I know. I can although, looking back now, it was hard... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this. Anymore.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Ejira?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and the me. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Her strengths were... But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human. Anyway, so all part of the plan. Do you still remember the finals? In order that the prophecy under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor... Instead, I suppose now you probably
But Farina is... Even though she is... I can't...
It has indeed. It's been and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely...
One with nature.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no... I am... Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
And what? Settle down.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Step right up.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
One with nature.
Solidify.
And what?
Settle down.
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're... mirror me?
Mirror you, huh? You know,
Mirror me? What?
the prophecy. Have you heard of?
What prophecy? The people will...
Oh.
What's...
Yes, it will.
But... doesn't that mean...
I will tell you.
Oh. But... If there were scale...
I suppose this would...
Huh?
Don't worry.
Play as...
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let... If you can keep it up.
But... how...
Don't worry. Being a human remember...
So... how...
To a but...
A trial... The Maison Cardinalise. What should I say? I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Focalor. Once again, this... I thought I might...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going on? Right. Calm down, Farina. Assertive. Now, I was wondering if some... you may consider... Now then!
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were...
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for just... We have heard it said that No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of... May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our... No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. There is. So long as I...
Lady Farina,
Besides... A maggot...
That's true,
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina,
No need to thank... All right.
Lady Farina.
I see. It's as I thought that all manner. Really?
I'm...
The day is finally, but it's good. Maybe this is fun.
Lady Farina, here are the new...
They'll be...
Lady Farina.
Indeed, my...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant...
Understood. I feel...
Lady Farina, it's... I've heard that the... Oh, are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the...
No.
So, in hundreds, I never have I wanted to. All I can do is keep.
Farina, you don't. Although I don't know what.
Share. That's impossible.
But even if your bird just
share a witness. And if to... She's right. But if thing... No, Farina. But what if... Farina, is it such an... If you let this think about it long and hard... No, all you need to do, dear spectator, is to...
Fine.
So even Farina...
Yes, she did very well. If she had let... It seems that trusting
I believe that How would you build on this?
Ah, good. Of course the Eudex of Fontaine has... I'm sure you've...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Linny did mention that he heard a... It now seems...
And then I became one with the Ortrees, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, you're under... In truth, it is... Oh... my work, oh... But really, the vast majority has been... Had to be...
It was all...
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but only power of this...
So the Oratrices... The destruction of that divine throne...
Returning what's right. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the... Oh, what? The authority of the...
All you've done.
I've never quite seen it that... Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my right, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And I, for my... Speaking of justice, I have always believed that So, if the theft of the primordial sea... Then, leaving Matt... In other words, defying the At this point, Eudex Nervilette.
So when I was... At last. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries... You are... Things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervilette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Eudex Nervilette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
There are leaves.
Was that bright?
It's time to... I have gained this. We should seize the opportunity to Traveler. Now that the the root of the... Come with me, Traveler. find a way to attack it from within. Shall share part of the ancient dragon's power. Shall look for an opening together.
Stabilize!
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Now disappear!
Into the wind.
Gather!
And one with nature.
Stabilize!
Bow your devouring law cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its chance will present itself.
Gather!
Why is there a hole thingy over there? It looks really scary.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Let's get this show on the road! Shia! Clever trick. Step.
Stabilize! Gather!
Be sanctified.
Stabilize!
The wind knows me.
Now disappear!
Solidify!
Into the wind.
Gather!
And voila! A round of applause!
Solidify!
Now disappear!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It was just supposed to... Well, actually, I had...
That power. Who are you?
It's just that
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you...
so you may speak to me as equals. I have to that kind of all in all. The point.
Well, being that this. So what sort of
Oh, right. His name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
The foul.
Still not.
Ooh, that one with.
Oh, but I suppose you want.
Wait!
Actually, that they all devour such royally as such. In other words.
What?
Not to worry.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey! Lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright?
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. The Sweena attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Sweena, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. can still get Skyship. The various people always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the...
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big... Edwin's assistant, Jurier...
Paimon's curious...
And that's exactly... Oh, this time...
Time to go. Follow the wind.
Stabilize!
The wind knows me. It doesn't hurt. One with nature.
Now disappear! I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure.
My research had so much potential.
Adventures Underground is way more fun than I thought.
I guess I'm fine.
Hip.
Thank you for